On flights all across the country, the first since September 11th.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable. Again today, a computer outage that officials say actually started late last night caused a cascade of flight cancellations. Long delays reported at airports from coast to coast. All operations now back online, but the rare breakdown of the system now triggering new concerns among passengers and the people who are supposed to keep the planes running on time. ABC News today confirming the problem started late last night. It quickly devolved into this major IT issue that spread across the country. According to the FAA, the source of the backlog is what's called the Notice to Air missions, which sends out safety warnings that pilots rely on for information. And without those notices, they simply can't take off. President Joe Biden today briefed on this matter, and he was asked whether or not this system was targeted.
We don't know. Okay, we'll find out.
So that's the answer. Again, that ground stop has been lifted. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, meanwhile, says he is now being ordered to give a review to get to the root cause of all of this and what should happen next. Well, meanwhile, this whole thing is impacting Tampa International Airport, and ABC Action News reporter Mary O'Connell there for us right now, speaking with everyone from the pilots to the passengers.
Yeah, and Mary, we saw a similar shutdown just last week, only in Florida due to an IT issue. So what's different about this one?
Well, in this case, it was a system outage that led to a ripple effect of delays, and it's just piling on to the frustration that many people are feeling at the airport lately when they're just trying to get from one place to the next. A glance at departures and arrivals, and this is what you'll see.
You look at the board and it's like all red.
Kaden Verhulst found out his flight was delayed when trying to get back to Minneapolis.
It was first delayed by an hour and now it's another hour, so it's 2 hours right now.
Just one of thousands of flights delayed across the country. By around 9 Wednesday morning, the FAA said a ground stop had been lifted and that normal air traffic operations were resuming gradually across the country after an overnight outage to the Notice to Air missions system. The FAA explained this alerts pilots about closed runways, equipment outages, and other potential hazards along a flight route or at a location that could affect the flight.
It'd be nice to get back home.
JP Dice is a corporate pilot. He explained the problem when this system has an outage.
For example, you're flying into Tampa International. Let's say there's an instrument landing system that is not functioning. Pilots wouldn't have that information ahead of time. Or if there's a runway closure, the only way to really convey that information now, instead of the text-based information, air traffic controllers would actually have to just read that information to pilots.
So how long will the delay dilemma aftermath take to get back on track? Sheldon Jacobson, a professor of computer science at the University of Illinois, told me it's going to take a good part of Wednesday.
There's a certain amount of competition. There's a limited amount of space. You just can't fit them all into the air system and onto the runways. You have to cancel some of them. So people may find that a 4 o'clock flight is going to be canceled today. And they may say, that doesn't seem fair. It's just the way you manage the flights in the system.
If I'm still here at midnight, you're going to see a different side of me.
Still, frequent flyers are hopeful from here on out that their travel will be smooth sailing.
I just had to put my faith in, the flamingo Phoebe and the flight gods, and here I am.
Now, just looking at those big boards, there were many delays here at Tampa International Airport today, but that was just a fraction of the thousands of delays that we saw across the country. For now, live at Tampa International, Mary O'Connell, ABC Action News.
Mary, thank you. You know, they can't say